Hi everyone. Happy full moon. First full moon of the year. Full moon in Leo, also known as the wolf moon. We have the lion, Leo, the wolf, and the dragon is also represented in this moon. The dragon is about the inner mastery, right? And part of this moon is really recognizing the inner child. And when I say that to people, sometimes they're like, when you're like, oh, work on your inner child, let your inner child out to play. People tend to take it very literally, but it doesn't have to be literal. It's more of like your soul, what you really, really want, your deepest desires, because there's an innocence there, right? As a child. So as that inner being, if you go into yourself without dealing with like the adult stuff, the bills, the drama, the how's it going to work, the this, the that, going inside, that's really important. So sometimes when people say the inner child, that's what we're talking about. So the dragon is that inner mastery, mastering, listening to that intuition, listening to our inner self, listening to our inner child, right? It's really important. This is kind of, I told my best friend I wasn't sure if I was going to swear when I said this, but this moon is basically the remember who the F you are moon. It's like divine power. It is no more settling, no more excuses, let it go, clearing out blocks, like really setting the stage for the next 12 months. We have, I guess 11, I was going to say 12 more full moons, but 11 more in this calendar year, right? So we want to make sure we're really setting the stage. Every full moon is releasing, right? We can release and let go, but this one is like the epitome. We've got a lot of power in this moon. It was kind of so powerful today, a lot of things going on that I wasn't sure I was going to do a reading. I posted a card drop already from this beautiful moon deck that I love. I have a couple that I switch back and forth from and use, but I was called to use this one tonight. And I did the drop, and then I was sitting here, went for a nice walk this evening in the moonlight, kind of a mess. And I'm like, do I want to go on camera? And then I was like, you know what? Real. Let's just keep it real, and let's do a nice little reading. So short and sweet, okay? That's your little learning. That's your little history. Lion, wolf, and dragon. We got this. Releasing tonight with intention. You can't do it wrong. Ask for anything that no longer serves you to be gone. Ask for protection as you cut cords, release. Even do some like cutting as you're saying it. Like, I'm releasing all the things that no longer serve me. I'm letting it go. I'm done. You can't mess it up. You can't do it wrong. If you're someone who likes to light incense or sage, do it. If you have some moon water, spray it. If you have some sage spray or whatever you feel called to do. Go out barefoot, look up at the moon if you're in an area that's warm enough to do so. Ground and get out there. Even if you go out with shoes on, and if you're up north and you have to be bundled and all that good stuff, do whatever you have to do, but whatever feels right, do it, release it, let it go. Enjoy this full moon. So let's see what the cards in the universe has to say with this moon, okay? Looking at the bigger picture. Oh, and this one's like stuck. Meditate and contemplate, and a fiery climax approaches. Well, yeah. So I was just talking about someone, this was someone today or the other day. We have to sometimes take a step back and look at the bigger picture of all the things that are happening. There's this fine balance between looking at the bigger picture and not stepping back into the past or trying to manipulate the future. It's just looking at the bigger picture in the present and then recognizing and saying, okay, I'm going to go forward as it comes, right? Forward as it comes, forward as it comes. So sitting next to, stay looking at that bigger picture. Where do you eventually want to be? What do you eventually want to do? Stay with that big picture, right? And you can break it down as you're working on self and working towards it, but stay in that big picture and then consistently remember to meditate and contemplate on it. That's important. Pray on it. Whatever words resonate with you, praying on it, meditating on it, thinking on it, contemplating on it. making sure it feels really good. That's that dragon. That's that inner mastery. Does it feel good to you? Are you doing it to satisfy someone else? Are you listening to a bunch of people that are talking in your ear? Are you doing it from pressures, from false doctrines or truths that you've learned that you think you have to? Inner knowledge, right? Doing it because it feels good to you. That should be how we move forward, unapologetically doing what feels right and good to us, which then radiates this love light out to everyone because we're truly happy. We're truly happy. It's funny, quick little story. I said it was going to be a short video, but my oldest daughter, who is in her 20s, recently said to me, Mom, you used to make so much money. I had a major career shift when I had a huge spiritual enlightenment. And I was making, 6 figures plus. And, the kids, my older kids now recognize that life was good. Things were good. It is not the same now. I changed and really went on this spiritual path and did all of this stuff. But I recognized so much that I didn't feel good. Everything that I was doing, I wasn't evolving. I wasn't growing. My light wasn't getting brighter. I wasn't looking and feeling the way I should, right? So we have to tend to that. It's so important. Life is too short. It's too short to be stuck in the mindset like, hey, I went to school for 6 years to do this job, so I can't leave it. I've been in school my whole life. I keep going back to school for different things that feed my soul, that feed that inner child, that feed that dragon. Do it. This is the moon to do it in. Staying in bad relationships? No. Repeating old patterns in destructive cycles? No. Repeating, things that no longer serve you and doing the same kind of rote behaviors and things? No. Let it go. Don't get stuck in the past either. Too many people are like, looking lately like, oh, I was like looking at this, or oh, I was like, I looked up this person and I was talking to them and doing. Your past is your past for a reason. If the people and things in your past didn't come into the present, your gift right now, leave them be. If they're meant to, they will come back in. But if you're manipulating and trying to live in the past and pull things, you can really throw off timelines and throw off different things. Okay, I went off on a little tangent. I didn't mean to. So looking at the bigger picture, meditating, contemplating everything, working with that inner child, that inner knowledge, right? And then it sits on a fiery climax approaches. This won't be for everyone in the collective, okay? I automatically heard that right away and meant to say that. But for those of you that this moon and this moment is coming and things are coming and there's going to be a dramatic change in the next month or two, even 3 months out, this is for you. Take it as it resonates. Share it with someone if you think they need to hear it. The fiery climax approaches. Fiery. Doesn't have to be scary. Fiery could be phoenix coming out of the flames, right? Rising up. The climax, just like in a story, it's that top peak, right? And then things are going to start to settle. It's okay. Stay in the present. Day by day. Don't try to manipulate that climactic point. Don't try to manipulate how that's going to go or be. Just be. Because those of us hearing it, those of us that are meant to be a part of this, those of us that this reaches and resonates, we're divinely protected. It doesn't matter. Okay? So go forth in this beautiful moon. Remember who the F you are. This is divine power. Do it. Let it go. Don't settle. Clear the blockages. Blessings, love, and light.